gymnastics moms, here is why May is the best time to set your gymnasts up for next season's success. Today, we're going to talk about letting go of any past story that is getting in her way. Hi, I'm Stacy, and you are in Mindset for Moms, where we help gymnastics moms develop happy, healthy gymnasts who know how to win. Today, we're going to talk about letting go of past stories. Now, if you didn't do last week's video, go back and do that one. They all build on each other for the month. And so last week, we talked about why this is such an important time to set her up for success next season and how to take stock and evaluate how the last season went so that you can learn from it and build on it for this season to be even better. We really want to set her up for the best season yet. Right? So what does it look like to let go of the past? So now here's the thing. Your gymnast may have had an amazing season. Gymnasts are really hard on themselves. I have yet to talk to a gymnast that ends the season and doesn't have something that she's telling herself about what wasn't good enough about last season. There's always something. There's always that one event she messed up on, that one meet she messed up on. But a lot of gymnasts have a lot of somethings and they hold on to stories. I'll never forget one time I was talking to a gymnast. She was a collegiate gymnast, and she said, I just can never hit beam in competition. I can't hit beam in competition. And as we talked more and more about it, she was she was like level 9, level 10, like state champion. So obviously, at some point in her life, she could hit beam in strategic meets, right? But at some point along the way, our brain starts interpreting some facts and telling us a story about those facts. Now, our brain is very convinced that the story is telling us is true, just telling us the facts. The sky is blue, it's 70 degrees outside, and I am terrible at competing beam. It has built lots of evidence for that fact because, the way the brain works is that it has a belief and then it's like a funnel and a sieve that then it only allows the stuff in that strengthens that or that proves or is evidence for that belief. So our brain is always filtering out all of the information around us. There's way too much information coming in at us for us to take everything in. And one of the filters that it uses is it takes our thoughts and beliefs and it filters information to prove them true. Our brain really likes to be right. And so what happens is it'll have a thought and then it will create the results proving that thought true. And then it will use that as evidence that its thought was true in the first place. So I'm terrible at competing beam. So then she feels super nervous and stressed and frustrated. She's not thinking about her technique. She's not focused on her keywords. She's not doing what her body knows how to do. She's focusing on not falling, which means she ends up falling. And then she doesn't compete beam well. And then her brain's like, see, I told you couldn't compete beam. But it's not that she couldn't compete beam. It's that she was believing she couldn't. The belief creates the results, not the other way around. We always think that the result creates the belief, but it's the belief that creates the result in the first place. And so she has now interpreted those facts into a story that then strengthens the negative belief. And what we want to do is let those go. So what we like to do, the exercise, one of the things that we like to do is figure out what those stories are first. So what are some of the negative things that she's believing about last season? Or what is she making that mean about her? So I fell in 2 meets. I make that mean I can't ever hit. Or I always struggle to get my upgrades. And I struggle and I get them at the last second. Or I don't have what it takes to do the skills for this next level. I could barely get the ones for this last one. Whatever it is, figuring out what those are. And then letting her know that's just a made up story. Or it's just her brain interpreting things that happened and making up a fictional story about it. And she can make up any story that she wants. And so taking those same situations, drilling them down to just the facts, and then writing or telling a new story about them. Or maybe it's telling a story, so it's maybe she fell twice on beam, but she hit at 8 other meets. So, I fall, sometimes I fall in meets, but every gymnast falls in meets sometimes. That's completely normal. Sometimes I fall in high pressure meets. Even the best gymnasts in the world fall in high pressure meets. That's completely normal. I'm just a normal gymnast. I want to learn how to calm my nerves so that I can be more consistent in meets, but it's a skill I can totally learn how to do. That would be a new story from the same set of circumstances that would feel so much better going in the next season. And so, one of the things that you can even do too is just helping her see that it's just a story her brain is telling her. No, telling her that's just a story your brain is telling you is not going to work. She is going to roll her eyes so hard they're going to pop out of her head. But instead, what we do is as I like to tell them, like, okay, that's one option, that's one meaning, it's one interpretation your brain could give it. Give me 5 others. What are 5 other interpretations that your brain could give it? When you push them to 9, they are going to get to good ones. It's so hard to come up with those last couple, but just kind of be casually like, okay, well, that's one story. There's a lot of stories we could take from that situation. But what are 5 other interpretations we could make? And like just have her do some others instead of like arguing that it's not true, because her brain is going to hold on real tight to it's true. Just be like, okay, that's one. What are others? And then see if you can get to another one that feels a little better. So that's one thing that you can do to help her. And then the other part is the same, is you yourself. I mean, it's easy for us to come to that. And especially like if you're not from a gymnastics background, like you're just going to take her word on it. Like she knows more about gymnastics than you do. And so if she says, well, she's just bad at this, or she's just not strong enough, or she's just not whatever, you're just going to take her word on it. And you're going to be like, okay, that's true. And I challenge yourself of like, where am I believing her story? In coaching, we call that getting in the pool with them. Where do I get in the pool with them and believe their stories instead of kind of staying out neutral where I can give them a lifesaver? And so where am I believing her stories? And what other interpretation could I make on it? I was talking with a mom the other day that was like, well, she's really undisciplined. It's hard for her to follow through on things. And it's like, okay, another interpretation is she just hasn't learned the skill set on how to stay motivated when she feels unmotivated. She hasn't learned the skill set of doing things that are uncomfortable. She hasn't learned the skill set of pushing through the reasons that she doesn't want to do those things. That's really fine. She can learn those skill sets. Like that's the interpretation I would give it. And so for you, even like doing a little work on rewriting the story yourself of like, what is another interpretation that you might give this last season, and what might feel better for you as well? Because mom, you're super invested. You're the one, you're there. I mean, dad too, hopefully. Got lots of really invested dads. It's just usually moms that watch these videos, but like you're super invested. You have put so much time, so much resources, so much effort. It's impossible for you to not make judgments and stories too. That's what we do as humans. We make judgments and stories. That's how our brains work. And so of course you've made some. There's no guilt there. Don't feel bad about it, but check them and see, like, does this one feel good to you? Do you think it'll feel good to her? And then like, what's a story that you could tell instead? What are 5 other interpretations that you could give it instead? I hope that's really helpful. The rest of the month, we're going to spend looking ahead and setting up for next season. But one of the things, so last week, we really wanted to learn and evaluate. This week, we wanted to let go. We do not want to take these beliefs forward because she'll just keep creating them. If she believes that she can't hit beam, she is going to create that again next season. I just use that as an example. There's tons of them. If she believes she can't get the skills for the next season, she's gonna take that with her. So we want to do our best to let go of these old stories. All right. If you need help doing this, this is what we do. We coach them through it. You don't have to be the one. A lot of times it's really hard to be mom coaching them through it. We want to give you the tools if you want to be the one to do it. We want to help you understand the tools that we use inside our membership. But we do free strategy sessions where you can jump in. We have a free parent webinar where we talk about what we do and how we do it, why we do it. All of our tools are based on cognitive science, cognitive behavioral science, and our experience as experts, gymnastics coaches. And so we're happy to help. So sign up for a free strategy session, jump in on our parent webinar. We would love to help set your gymnast up for a successful season. If I could pick any time in the year for gymnasts to get in our program, it would be in the month of May, because that is going to set them up so well for next season. All right. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in. We are
committed to your gymnast success. And we know that your gymnast success starts with you. So we are committed to helping you understand what your gymnast needs to succeed in one of the toughest sports in the world. If you're like most parents we talk to, you want your gymnast to do her best, to stand on the podium, to get to the next level, to get that scholarship. You know she can do it, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to give her all she needs to make that happen. But for you, it's not just about new skills, high scores, and scholarships. What you really want more than anything else is for your daughter to believe in herself as much as you believe in her. And we have created a special training to help you do just that, to give you the missing key you need to help your gymnast unlock her full potential and finally believe in herself so she can compete with confidence, so she can get the skills that she needs, so she can get the skills and the scores that she needs to either get to the next level or to get recruited. So join us in this free training. The instructions are below. You just sign up. It's a quick training. We will make it so valuable for you. We can't wait to see you on the inside so we can help you help your gymnast unlock her full potential.